So welcome, so good to see everyone. This is a yoga practice for the health of our organs and also our glands. We are going to start in a chest opener, and some of us may want to work with blocks if we have them. If we do not have blocks, we can use pillows or rolling a blanket into like a burrito shape, and then we're setting up with creating here a chest opener. If we have blocks, it could be one block underneath the base of our shoulder blades, and then one block to support the head. So most important that we are in a posture where the breath is abundant and the body is at ease. I wanted to point out that my personal practice has to be to let go of judgments. So when I mention being healthy, I wanted to share to you how I have had the privilege and the joy to have friends that are also at times very unhealthy. One of my best friends is this really big person, but she has such a wonderful attitude. So we're focusing on being healthy, but also making sure that we are not becoming obsessive or competitive with that, and very much important to not feel at any time superior or inferior, maybe because of judgments. So our primary practice is to transcend forms, to practice awareness and joy. So here on our back in this nice chest opener, so the organs and the glands are very important in the yoga practice. There's a whole series of purification techniques. They're known as kriyas in Sanskrit. And earlier this morning, I recorded a kriya known as nauli, which is the pumping of the stomach. And I recorded that so you'll be able to see it on YouTube. The reason we're not teaching these techniques in classes is because it's really important that your intestines are empty. We practice these early in the morning as we wake up, and it's really important that we haven't had any food. So that's why these are not taught in classes later in the day. So the organs, of course, includes the eyes, ears, mouth, tongue, and so on. So a simple practice to rest the eyes here is to close the eyes. And we can take longer breaths. So the glands and the organs are always talking to us, right? We know about the eyes. If we have too much screen time, we can feel the fatigue in the eyes. Our skin is talking to us. If we are in a place that is too windy, we can feel our skin talking to us. Or if we've been too much in the sun. And same with the brain, you know, if we are doing excess thinking or ruminating, we can really feel how there's tiredness in the brain, or sometimes we have too large of a meal, and then we can feel fatigue in our guts. So here we can sense, as we're relaxing, how the glands and organs are beginning to slow down. And to release, we can relax all the facial muscles, and we can even feel the skin around cheeks, nose, lips, eyes, forehead, kind of releasing. And as we connect to that inner spaciousness, listening to our inner knowing, our daily activity makes us that the front of the upper body is often slightly in a forward bend, like the shoulders are rounding a little forward. And so here, this chest opener is so healing to the heart and the lungs and the thymus. So if you want, you can take the arms further out or a little bit up towards the wall behind us. And letting the weight of the head become really, really heavy. So within the brain, we have so many glands: hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal glands. And when we relax here, maybe we can even experience how there's a softness happening inside the brain. So I will mention nostril dominance. Some of you have heard already how at all times one of the nostrils is more open than the other. It could be the right nostril, it could be the left nostrils. And this refers to the activity of the subtle nervous system. At times, we are into left nostril dominance it means within, inside. It is a moment of rest. And that is referred to the parasympathetic nervous system. And then at times we are in a more active expression of the microcosmos, the space within. This is also referred to the sympathetic nervous system. If the right nostril is dominant, then that means we are much more active. For example, when we're eating, or when we are performing certain actions. So let's take a few more breaths here. You can always place soles of the feet together, knees apart, if you would like to create that opening. And we're going to take our hand with the index finger, close one nostril and breathing through the open nostril. Take note of which nostril that is, and also the volume of the air that is flowing through that nostril. And then we're checking that second side. So closing that nostril that we were breathing through, and as we're inhaling and exhaling through the other nostril, notice the quantity, the volume of air, how open that nostril is, how much volume of air can flow through that nostril. Probably most of us can notice somewhat of a difference. One nostril is more open than the other, and perhaps some of us are feeling not so much of a difference, and it might mean that we are in that transitioning time. So it is cyclical. For 90 minutes or so on average, we're breathing more through one nostril, and after those 90 minutes or so, it shifts to the other nostril. If left nostril dominance is present, it means we are more in a restful stage. If right nostril dominance is what we're noticing, it means we are in a more active expression of our microcosmos. So we're going to bend the knees, feet flat, and then we're going to roll to the side, moving our props to be next to us. Good. And then just rest on your back. Let's bring the hands behind the knees and circles. So we'll do a lot of twists and inversions today. Whenever you want, other direction as you're doing circles here. So we notice that in the practice of yoga, they are certain techniques that have nothing to do with keeping the muscles strong, or it's not so much about flexibility. It's really about the health of our organs and glands. So what we're going to do here, bring both legs to the left side, and you can actually straighten both legs. So I hope you can see both legs straight, and we're opening that right arm out. And this is the traditional classic form for Jachara Parivartanasana. It's just a Sanskrit name for this posture. So I rarely teach it this way because a lot of yoga participants, they really come to yoga for flexibility. So this is more for the health of the organs. And you may notice the legs are first on the left side, and we're twisting that right side because of the way our food travels within the small intestines and then into the colon. So we want to open first the ascending colon on the right side. Let the food go through the transversal colon from the right side to the left side, and then down along that left descending colon. So that's why we normally open first the right side. And that's why so much of the sequence in yoga is with the right side first. We're going to bend the knees, roll onto your back, and then bring the legs to the right side, straight right leg, and you're opening the left arm out. And we're relaxing and we're breathing here. And that well-being that we feel is really the well-being of our glands and organs. What an amazing experience to be quiet with oneself, with our breath, with our inner body. What an amazing experience to be able to be on the earth, right? Not to be sitting on a furniture, but to be directly in contact with the earth. In a clean, quiet space. And hopefully, like me, no distraction. We're going to bend the knees and roll to your side. So coming to hands and knees. So long breath here, a few cat and cows. Exhale, navel in and up. And as you inhale, belly to the floor. So very soon we're going to do a breathing technique known as Kapalabhati, which means in Sanskrit, shining skull. It opens the nadis or the channels of energy within the body so that the prana, the life force, can flow freely. Few more breaths here. Nice. So sitting on a block, you could be sitting on a chair. So we're inhaling, and I'll demonstrate quickly. So that is Kapalabhati breathing. It's a forceful exhale. The focus is only on the exhale. The in-breath is passive. So we're contracting the lower region of the pelvis, abdominal region of the body, all those muscles contracting forcefully to expel the air out of the lungs. So we're taking a comfortable inhale. Take your hand on your belly and exhale forcefully. Inhale. So continue like this, and as soon as you feel you need to breathe in, feel free to take a breath in, but see if you can just focus on the exhale. So try to repeat this way. It's something that we never otherwise do, so it might feel really awkward. Find your own cadence, and whenever you want, just take a few long breaths. So this is Kapalabhati breathing, and it strengthens all the organs, glands deep within it. It's a deep internal massage. Very nice. Now as you inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, arms to the side. Let's come into a child's pose. So here, legs can be wide apart and the torso to the middle, or I should say between the upper thighs. Now the spine is more parallel to the earth, and the position internally of all the glands, all the organs, is of a gentle inversion. So our inside is upside down, and it allows for blood flow, blood circulation, so important for the well-being of our organs. Now, of course, the breath, so important, right? Nourishing the internal tissues with oxygen, and with the exhale, removing all those natural toxins that builds up. And we are totally in touch with our inside. Now coming to a puppy downward facing dog. So the hips over the knees, forehead on something. And this is more and more of an inversion. So here the heart is higher than the brain. It gives a big rest to the heart. The heart is upside down. The stomach is putting a little bit of pressure on the heart. And literally the brain is also upside down. I mean, everything, we can totally experience that. The lymphatic fluid, the cerebral fluid is easily moving within the body. There's so much fluid in the body, in the organs, and that is so healing. Very nice. Coming to your hands and knees. And then we're going to come to downward facing dog. So these are progressions with being upside down. So we see how in yoga we practice inversions, and sometimes it seems it's about doing this unusual posture. Of course, it's a way to be with a new way of being with ourselves, with discomfort, but it's very much about being upside down for the well-being of our glands and organs and stimulate blood flow. Let's walk the feet here to the outside of the hands, and with the whole body weight on the feet here, completely upside down for the upper body. Take your feet wide so it's really easy to just balance and to be here. Very nice. So bring the feet more hip width apart, and let's step the left foot back, left knee down. Taking that right foot more forward, and we're taking the torso up. Inhale, arms up, so the rib cage goes a little bit up, and we'll twist. We can twist with the shoulders remaining on top of the hips, or we could twist with the torso closer to the upper thigh of that front leg. So the reminder, it's not so important what comes in, like in the form of food, in the form of what we're reading, what we're seeing, our experience. What we really want to make sure is that things move out of our inner body, that we're not holding onto toxins. And it can be, toxins can be in the form of food. Of course, if our elimination is not good, that food can be rotting into our guts. But it's also toxins in the form of thoughts that we're really holding on to and ruminating. Both hands along the front foot, step forward, inhale, exhale, fold. Nice, come up, inhale, here, torso up, arms up, taking that sun energy in, and let's bring the hands to the lower back, into your standing back bend. So this practice is really gentle so that the inside has the chance to really be, to relax with our breath, with our kind attention. Shoulders over the hips as we inhale, and then fold forward. So now it's the right foot at the bottom of the mat, and then back knee down, torso up, inhale, arms up, ribcage up. So maybe the twist with the shoulders over the hips, and maybe torso closer to that upper thigh. Long breath. Now feel the deep, deep twist in the guts. Deep, deep within. As much as you can, full in-breath. And then exhale, bring that navel in and up, just like we did in Kapalabhati. Inhale. And then exhale, all the air out, navel in and up. Good, both hands down, and then come to all fours. So what a joy to really be with our inside, our guts. So let's come onto the belly. And we'll do Shimasana, also known as lion breath. So it looks like this. So tongue towards the chin. We're stretching the deepest nerves by bringing the tip of the tongue to the chin. And we know the tongue is totally connected to the center of the body. And that's why, for example, before making love, we kiss to relax this region of the pelvis by kissing with the tongue. So we're opening the eyes, we're opening the nostril. What we're going to do is hands comfortably next to you. You're inhaling. And as you exhale, stretching tongue, lips, nostril, eyes, cheeks. Inhale. And as you exhale, with or without a sound. Inhale. Back bending. Two more if you want, hands closer. One more. Beautiful. We're going to come into a child's pose, but this time, see if you can do child's pose with the knees closer to one another. And feel that proximity of the torso with the upper thighs. That connection, that proximity creates a deep, deep internal massage. So we're going to come to a seated position, and you can do again sitting on the block or thick pillow or legs in front of you. Take your hand to the belly, and we're going to go in a circular motion with that right hand here onto the digestive organs. So massaging circular way, it goes up the right side with the hand on the stomach to the left side and down the left side. This is A nice way, if we've had a big meal, to massage the digestive system. Nice. Both hands on the upper thighs. So the eyes, we're going to look down. Make sure you have a nice tall posture here, ears above the shoulders, and then look up. Looking down and looking up. Repeating. Nice. We're going to gaze all the way to the right side. And then gazing all the way to the left side. Gaze right. Gaze left. Repeat. Gaze right all the way to the right side. All the way to the left side. Nice. So we're going to do half headstand or a headstand, or it could be legs up the wall. So for legs up the wall, you're coming with the hips close to the wall. It does not have to be against the wall. And this is your legs up the wall. And once you're there, you can always do figure 4 stretch. For some of us, it'll be half headstand. So the elbows or shoulders width distance apart. No weight on the head, hardly any weight on the head. Don't let the elbows go out, okay? Imagine there's a block between the upper arms and you're hugging that block, okay? So if you don't balance like me, close to the wall, interlace the fingers, press down through the outer hand wrist form. Option, legs up the wall. Now you can do also just half headstand with toes staying on the mat. This is also half headstand with the legs in. Bend it in front of the hips, or you can do full headstand. Not important which posture it is. We want a posture where the breath is abundant, the body is at ease. We want relaxation of the glands and the organs. This is the most challenging portion of this practice. Breathing. So if you are upside down with forms on the mat, make sure all the weight is on the forms, hardly any weight on the head. It's just contact of the head with the floor. And then we're lifting the inner spine, lift the hips, lift the legs. We're going to come to half headstand. And then coming to your child's pose. So if you did figure 4 stretch at the wall with legs up the wall, come to your second side. And we're breathing. Relaxing here, breathing a little longer breath. Very nice. So coming to a seated position. And we're going to bend the right leg and the left leg is straight. Torso, arms up. Inhale. And then we're twisting to that left side. So the right hand towards the outer left leg. We're gazing towards the back. And breathing here. So we'll finish with many twists. And we're holding this twist. Nice. Sitting up and then coming to your second side. So we're lifting the ribcage. Inhale. It is the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Gazing a little bit towards the back wall. So left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. The healthier our guts, the healthier our thinking. Very nice. And slowly come up. So here we're hopefully you have a yoga block or a thick pillow, and there's also the option of working with a rolled blanket, making like a homemade bolster. So on our back, we're going to place the hips up, and then you can choose the height underneath the sacrum lower back. If your hips are really way up in the air, make sure to be really in a posture that feels nourishing and nurturing. If it feels a little too much, the breath is short, the heart starts to pump quickly, maybe lower the hips a little bit. Okay, neutral position for the whole body. Arms in a position same that feels just right, turning palms to face up. And relaxing with each exhale into ease. We're taking the hands down to the side of the hips, breathing here as we're transitioning block or whatever is underneath to the side. And we're going to hug the knees. Hug the right leg. Left foot at the bottom of the mat, and we're twisting. Open the right arm out to the side, coming into that twist. Our glands and organs are talking to us. Only we know we're the only one really in touch with these parts of us. Now let's take the right foot at the bottom of the mat as we hug the left leg. Open the left arm out to the side and twisting. As we're slowly transitioning towards our Shavasana here, slowly letting gradually the breath breathe itself. So many of these postures we do in our everyday practice. So here onto our back and blissful baby posture. So it means the legs are a little more apart and the ankles up in the air. So really important to maintain health in our reproductive organs, in our eliminatory organs like the kidneys and the urinary bladder. So we're taking the feet flat, wide as the mat. Again, placing that block or blanket or pillow underneath the left hip, more underneath the left hip, and it's windshield wipers with the legs to the left side. So this can be done with the hips on the earth. without the props underneath the hips. And we can extend the arms a little bit more towards the wall behind us. And that position brings the heart a little more up towards the shoulders. Just having this position for the lungs, the heart, the thymus gland, so healing. Very soft here. And then we're going to shift to that second side. So the support more underneath that right hip. Legs, arms more to the right side. And as we listen to the inner body, we can sense the quality of the pulsation. And maybe we can sense certain areas feel more fatigue, perhaps a greater sense of heaviness, of sensitivity. Sometimes it is glands or organs talking to us. So we're taking the blocks or whatever is underneath the hips to the side. Let's hug the knees. And then roll up to a seated position. And you can choose the position for legs, maybe hip width apart, maybe further apart, and a very gentle forward bend here. And we're creating space for the kidneys, for the adrenal glands above the kidneys. Lungs. Breathing, very nice. And then we're sitting up. So for Shavasana, corpse. And perhaps there's a posture you would like to practice before corpse. Please do so, okay? Ultimately, it is always self-practice for it to be a yoga practice. Maybe a little support underneath. Make sure internal body temperature feels right, we're going to take a moment of complete stillness. In that neutral posture here, beginning to let go. Gratitude for all the glands and the organs inside. Allowing us to listen, allowing us to have the experience of touch, of taste, of smell, allowing us to have the experience of sight. Gratitude for the lungs, allowing us to breathe. Gratitude for the heart. Gratitude for all the digestive organ from stomach to intestines, colon, gallbladder, pancreas and spleen. Gratitude for the kidneys and the urinary bladder. Gratitude for our liver, gallbladder, gratitude for all these glands, so many. Gratitude for the reproductive glands. And as we feel the inner spaciousness, gratitude for all that is within. Gratitude for each of you. Remain in Shavasana, perhaps for 10 minutes. Gratitude for the luminous nature, inside and outside. May all expressions, all manifestations be safe, be healthy, be at peace, be free and be joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.